Yo, so it's live, yeah?
This is live, yeah?
Okay, sit. Mic is hot, I'd
It's
assume.
live on Twitch, you're live on everything else, we're just waiting right now.
Okay, for Instagram to... Wait, the go live button is lit up, or do we have to... Oh, there we go. Sick. Hi all, welcome to stream. Oh, I guess we're adjusting logos for... Yo, dude, you got me jerky? Yo!
No, let's go!
Dude. Can you build a Lego set? Maybe not on stream, but I definitely can personally. I've done it before. I don't know if I could do it again. It sounds difficult though. Hi y'all. Yo. If I have a 4K for PC, what's the best parts? 4K is kind of really tough to run. It's like if you want to run native 4K, like that's probably like 4080, 5080, 5090 territory. But like with FSR and DLSS, you can run 4K with a lot of different things. Hi Twitch chat. Yo, where did the wires in a zip tie go on my PC with the RTX 5069 Ti? I'm unfamiliar with the card. However, I know wireless zip ties have been very valuable recently. You might want to keep them around. The price is about to go up along with everything else. So, gotta love AI. Shoutouts to Roberto, or El Roberto. Hi there. We're building in the Onami today. I feel like it's been a while since we've done an Onami stream. My 12-year-old son is struggling to build his desktop. We got him a new motherboard, and it seems like it's too updated. I don't know what to do. Please help. Let me get a PC. Go to Zydaps.com. Okay, so in regards to your problem with it's too updated. So does the CPU not fit in the motherboard, or like what's the issue? Let me get a PC, bro, please. One day. We do giveaways on the Instagram. When will the PC giveaway winner be announced? Miguel, do you know?
After New Year's. For sure.
Okay, after New Year's is the official answer. I believe it's go to Zydaps.com. We have a giveaway going on right now for Intel, like Core Ultra stuff. Pretty exciting. Oh yeah, we're getting a link in chat for that. Let me get a PC, please. I don't have one, and I really want one bad. Go to Zydaps.com, enter in the giveaway. I hope... What? What? Okay.
Because I have to work on photos and I can't work on it here.
Okay, that makes sense. Have fun.
I'll
Yeah. He said we need to change... oh, dude. Could you move the mouse? It's hiding Instagram chat. He said we need to change the parts to other parts and it's too expensive. Honestly, so it depends what you're doing with that PC. Genuinely, if you have a proper size everything, like you can throw in, either change it from, if it's like way too slow, you can swap in, I don't know what parts you have, but swapping in a hard drive for an SSD is a huge upgrade, and then swapping, making sure you have at least 16 gigs of RAM. That's great for gaming, but 8 gigs for everything else is fine. And then like if it is for gaming, you can throw in a graphics card. I don't know what power supply you have, so maybe if it has a power supply that is proprietary, like if it's an old office PC, yeah, you can throw in like an RTX 3050 6GB. That's the fastest card you can get without needing a power supply with external cables at the moment. Hello there, in ad. Yeah, dude, Twitch ads are fun. I really want an affordable but great PC for FPS gaming. Any suggestions? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what SKUs we have at the moment. But like FPS gaming, that can vary very much. So like if that's something like Valorant, you can play Valorant on a potato. Like Valorant is very impressively optimized. But if it's something like Oh, what's a hard to run FPS game? Like the new COD? You might need something a little beefier. Hello, are you perhaps Elijah? No, I'm not. I've been on contract, on contact with one of the customer service workers because my secondary internal storage stopped working. I am very sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not Elijah. I don't know anyone from customer support really, but I wish you the best of luck. Sorry about that. That's really unfortunate luck. At Zydex, we always have, like, I've talked about it a lot on stream before, but our QC quality control is absolutely insane. But sometimes computers just are haunted, and I apologize about that. We legitimately do the absolute best we can, but we can't really account for random lightning strikes. Where can I find cheap RAM? Isn't that the question? I have a DDR4 RAM and I need DDR5 to fit on my new motherboard. Is there a converter? No. Simple answer, no. Complicated answer, if you're willing to, like, the answer is no. But I know Asus a long time ago did a project where they made a converter. It was never sold. It was just kind of, it seemed like a project that Asus engineers did just kind of for fun, but unfortunately, no, you can't really do that. I apologize. RAM is so expensive right now. Hello again, hope y'all had an amazing Christmas. It's good to see you again, Hebe Steezy. Did I forget my drill? Oh, I forgot my drill. That's not good. You know what, honestly, we started stream early, we got time. I'm really tempted just to do screwdriver for a while. Miguel, if you could grab, I don't know how I forgot my drill, but Miguel, if you're watching, if you could bring me my drill eventually, because I will need my drill for screwing on the cooler to the motherboard, just for torquing it down for best performance, but we can go screwdriver for now. Staples is where you can find cheap RAM. I forgot about that. Apparently you can find cheap RAM at Staples. I didn't look into it. Someone in Twitch chat said that last week, and I forgot to look into it, but I'm very curious. Chet Staples, apparently. Okay, sorry, Twitch chat is kind of moving fast. What do I do since I am able to send the one part in? That's a question for customer support. I do not know. I have a 10400F and an RTX 3060 Ti. What should I do for an upgrade? Should I wait because of RAM prices? I'd assume you have... Oh, come on. I'd assume that you have... This one screw doesn't want to go in. I'd assume you have at least 16 gigs of RAM. Upgrading your RAM won't do much for you. If you bought it from here at Zydex... oh wait, a 10400F. Yeah. Well, that might be 8 gigs of RAM. Make sure you have 16 gigs of RAM. But like maybe if you can wait, because prices right now are a little crazy, but honestly, I'd recommend upgrading that CPU. Well, honestly, yeah, I'd probably recommend upgrading that CPU to like maybe like an 11700K would be a good value option. But if you want something like higher end, go with the 10900K. There's also the 11900K. But the 11900K is a weird CPU because it's technically slower than the 10900K. It's very strange. Oh no, I have 32 gigs of RAM. Okay, yeah, probably a 10700. A GPU, well, it depends what you're bound by. I couldn't really tell you with that setup, but modern games, I'd say, are becoming more and more GPU or CPU intensive along with GPU intensive. And a 3060 Ti with DLSS is pretty dang good. What GeForce are you working with? I think it's a 5080. Yeah, it's a 5080 today. Thank you for answering our questions. We really appreciate it. How can we join the raffle? Maybe can win a free PC. Check out. It's something on the. It's on the Zydats website. It's like zydats.com/Core Ultra, I think, or something. I'm not 100% sure. Check out the website. It should be listed there and advertised. Thank you for answering my questions. Yeah, no problem. I love answering questions. Oh, hello, T-Top Strav. It's good to see you again. How's the giveaway PC, like, the details been going? Oh yeah, Zydots.com/Intel Core Ultra. I appreciate that, Hebe Steezy. Merry Christmas to you too. I'm just screwing all these radiator fans. Only a couple left here. Nothing. Haven't heard anything. Okay, so yeah, this is starting to get weird. I don't know who I would talk to. I'm gonna try to find out. So you won the Black Friday PC 9070 XT. I'll make sure to talk to him tonight for sure. You said you got your messages over Twitter DM, right? Or the like contact everything? 'Cause I don't know who to talk to about that. But I sure do want to find out. Yo, where's my PC? Free PC, it is in the giveaway at Zydots.com. If you ordered a PC, I don't know. We get a lot of PCs through here. Yes, 9800 S3D, 9070 ST, 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, okay. It's the one in the Tenrai case, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Hi there, Belarus56. So, hello, love the PCs you make, I appreciate that. We do our best. Twitter DM was how I've been contacted before. What was the last thing they sent? Yes, in the Tenrai case. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Indeed I did. Christmas was fun this year. Hang out with friends a lot. And then just gotta install the backplate here. Bro, I will donate $600 million. Is that okay? I mean, I feel like there are better places for that money to go than a company. Maybe like donate it to charity or like maybe me specifically. But you know, I wouldn't mind the $600 million. For some reason, this board had a backplate installed. Just have to take this off. Come on. Every once in a while, a customer will build a PC, and then I think the customer cancels the order or something because some of these builds never get put through. Then the board, people leave the old backplate on, and then I have to take it off, but it's really stuck on here. Somehow same, give me some. I asked if I had to fill anything out. Whoever runs the account just said they would get with Josh, then nothing. That's good to have a name, Josh. That is. Josh is... We have a couple Joshes, I think. Josh is head of marketing, or one of the marketing people though, which would make sense for me to contact, so I will get right on that. Yeah, I am sorry about the delays on that. Can I get free PC? Check out Zydots.com/Intel Core Ultra. You can enter a giveaway. You've been the source of my info for everything as far as updates. Yeah, I don't like that. That's weird. I'm very tempted to... I remember right now. Yeah, I don't do anything marketing-wise, other than this. But I don't interact with marketing team very often outside of these streams, and sometimes on the YouTube channel they'll have me in a video, but... Oh, wow. Yeah, this old backplate's really stuck on there. The old adhesive. Probably went through burn-in, and the adhesive is just really warm, and then got fused here. Let's see. Hi, Travis. Josh is out of the office right now. Okay, that Okay, that's at least recognition, Grace. I haven't called or tried to contact support, but I didn't think I needed to. I know it's the holidays and that slows things down. Oh, yeah. That is something I do want to say. Is there a giveaway today? Zydax.com/TorUltra. I need help with the TPM 2.0 on the BIOS. I don't know what board you have, but there are a lot of YouTube videos out there. Just check what vendor your board is. It should be under the boot tab. But I know it's the holidays and that slows things down. That is more of a like a thing, like, don't worry about it, legitimately. Customer support is still being customer support. We're a company. We do stuff in exchange for, or we deliver goods and services in exchange for money, so don't be afraid to bother us if it's the holidays or whatever. We are, yeah, gonna do everything we can all the time when we can. It's just mainly building. It's like during the holidays, which just a lot of builds are kind of getting delayed, or kind of got delayed, I think, like ready to rolls. We couldn't keep those in stock during the holiday season, but yeah, do not be afraid to bother us. Howdy, can you pass along to the powers that be that I'm glad you have some refurbished from Jate's basement. You didn't during the last giveaway, but I'm possibly looking for a refurb PC, but not one that's more expensive than your new ones. Thanks for your hard work, especially the day after Christmas. Oh, yeah, on the Zydax website, sometimes we sell SKUs that are labeled BSD instead of like X2 or S2. It's like BSD like 6 or something. Yeah, those ones are all refurbished parts, and I've actually purchased one from here, and it was pretty dang good. I was very happy with it. I haven't really had any issues with it yet. It's at a friend's house right now. By the way, that response is saying that they get with Josh December 1st. Nothing after that besides you on Fridays. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That is... Yeah, yeah, please, if nothing comes of it, please keep bothering me on streams. You're not bothering me, but you know what I mean. Like, do not be afraid to bother me is what I'm trying to say. Because I want to make sure that all ends up right. It doesn't hurt to reach out. They are super busy and very helpful, and will update you if they have any if you have any questions through email. Yeah, we absolutely love just delivering the best support we can, but yeah, we want to do our very best for everyone, so please feel free to reach out at any time. It's okay, I haven't contacted them because I knew it was the holidays. Yeah. Wait, that's my motherboard. AMD Ryzen 7 5800 or 5800. So that's not your motherboard. That'd be your CPU. But just boot into the BIOS, which just you can look up guides online on how to enter BIOS. Like, just mash the delete key. Excuse me, or F2 during when the PC is trying to turn on, and then you'll eventually enter a new screen that is not Windows. Then from there, you can it depends on your board, but you can hit F7, and then there should be a tab labeled boot or something otherwise, and then look for TPM 2.0. Try to enable it. So giveaway or no? Yes, we are doing a giveaway right now. The winner will be announced after New Year's, but you can still enter at zydots.com/Intel Core Ultra. I don't come to be a bother. I feel bad with this thing being about me. I'm coming to watch the build and chat. Sorry. Oh, no. Legitimately? Nah. That's fine. I love interaction, and nah, it's not about you. Like, You won that PC, and what's right is right, and I just want it to end up in your hands. It's okay, make Robert twerk. Okay, we're moving that from that topic. Hydrate yourself, drink up. We got the 2-week-old water. Still great. Let's see. I forgot to bring my magnetic bowls for screws, so I'm gonna kind of be having fun with that. Gotta throw those over there. And Miguel, if you can hear me, please bring me a drill. I really need one. I don't know if you heard me earlier. What's up? Shall we talk about Johnny supposedly fake Yeezys? Are they supposedly fake? What is this build? Oh yeah, we have a 14900 KF in here, I believe. And then an RTX 5080. We're doing it in the Onami case with 10 fans and a 360mm radiator water cooler. Let's see. A drill, damn bro, should have been ready. Scale harder. Well, I guess that's fair. I had a lot of time. I don't know how I forgot my drill. That's something I have not done on the stream before. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Good news, everybody. There's a drill sitting over there that I did not notice. This is not my drill, but it's good enough for now. What is the difference between KF and KF? Like, my current rig is a 10400F. So, K means that the multiplier is unlocked, which lets you overclock, pretty much. It means that it's overclockable, is what K means. And then F, if it has F, it means that the integrated graphics are removed. So F CPUs are generally cheaper and a better value, but you will need a GPU to use CPUs like that. Otherwise, you will not have a way to plug in a display or anything like that. Hold on, where's your drill? I got a drill, I'm sorry. I found one eventually. I apologize. There was one in the room sitting here that I forgot. But, let's see. Honestly, I expected there for, to be no stream since it was the day after Christmas. Oh, yeah. No, we're always working. We got Christmas off, though. But, a lot of people, I think, on the whiteboard it said a lot of people today decided that they, wanted to take the day off, so. But I like coming into work. Better than just, like, sitting at home being bored, so. I honestly, it's, what AI is though? Is that your Zydex one? Yeah. This is the new, or not the new. Well, I mean, it is kind of the new one. Like, I don't know where we supply our coolers from per se, but yeah, this is our Zydex Standard Ultra. I can't remember what we actually call it. AIO. It's just we just every day we build with them so much that all the builders just like, if you just say AIO or water cooler with no other context, we know it's this one because we carry a lot of these. So that seems like it'd be a cool place to work. Indeed it is. I enjoy it a lot. Our break room is very fun. We have, like, I remember when I first applied here and I walked in, they had me sit in the break room for a while. Like, we have arcade machines in there. We have a Carbonite Han Solo, like, life-size statue is actually nuts. Working when it's early and there's no one around is sometimes the greatest Christmas gift you can give yourself. There's been days where I come in and like the whole warehouse is empty. Or like not the whole warehouse, but like the build section is like empty. And it's just like so strange. 'Cause I used to work a lot earlier in the mornings. But now I just kind of work more so 9 to 5. Let's see. Dude, it's huge. Holy crap! Well, the radiator here, the water cooler. Oh yeah, WZF, sick. But you know. Let's see. Got all my fans set up. Got the board prepped. I'm gonna torque down the cooler real fast. There we go. It's always good to have as even of pressure on the cooler as possible for your best bet at thermal performance. Well, I won't call tonight, and I know you're closed on weekends, so I'll probably call on Monday. Sick. I'll try to get in contact with Josh ASAP. I've applied before, but I've never made it past the first interview, though. Well, seems like a ton of people applied. Yeah, I don't know if we're still hiring. I know we were looking for people a while back for the holiday season, but yeah, I think we have our listing on Indeed, but yeah, if you want to apply again, I wish you the best. And yes, I meant the AO is huge. Well, they're gonna let you OC the 9070 XT for me, JK. I wanted to, legitimately. I don't know, and I did get permission to, but apparently I cannot because they ended up packing it all up. If I'm not mistaken, it's all packed up right now for shipping, and it is kind of expensive to repack a PC because we use like Instafoam or Instapack foam and whatnot, and time is money. So, but I do have a friend with a similar card as yours, the same 9070 XT Steel Legend, which I'm tempted to overclock. That one I was able to do like on the slider. It was minus 80 millivolts on the voltage offset. No problem. Got a pretty decent performance increase, but I'm sure you could go higher, like I'd probably say maybe minus 100 millivolts, but that's kind of the odds are low, but it might be stable. But again, there are programs like OCCT to see if everything's stable. I live across the country, so sadly I can't apply. I don't expect it, but I do greatly appreciate the offer. Yeah, I wish you the very best with that. That's always a fun project. I love overclocking. I used to deliver pool tables in arcade games, pinball machines, and move the occasional pool table. The machines in the work break room, especially the post office, they're so busy they wear out the joystick and buttons twice a year. Funny thing, it's kind of sad, our arcade machines kind of get neglected because the call center is shares a wall with the break room, and it's the same wall that the arcade machines are on. So a lot of the time they turn off the arcade machines because apparently the wall is paper thin, and it's super annoying to have the audio of the arcade machines going just the whole time. So let's see. Can I get a PC? I've been on my Xbox One for the past 7 years. Crazy dedication to your console there. I can take some appreciation for that. But free PC, you can check out zydots.com/Core Ultra. Hi there, or Intel Core Ultra.
Do you know how to end the stream when it's over?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
But,
We're gonna leave you to it.
Alright, sick. Yeah, I wish I could give everyone a PC, but unfortunately. Oh wait, let's see. The chats are moving by kind of fast, and I don't have a mouse to scroll them. Holiday giveaway. Thank you, I appreciate for resending the links. In chat, you can click that link and enter. Appreciate it again. Is there a trick to bypass Windows 10 admin account password or complete reinstall? I don't know. That might be a complete reinstall situation. I am not an admin for like Windows stuff. Just something I struggle at. I saw a chat in Instagram a while ago that mentioned something with a 5070, but it scrolled by too fast. Do you think you could resend that? Let's see. I can help you with the audio. There's a service switch behind the CoinMet panel. Enter service mode, and you can disable the attract mode and lower the overall volume. Where? Okay, that's actually really handy. I don't know. Oh wait, my phone's over there. I am gonna be talking about that. Let's see if there's an option to do that. So behind the CoinMet panel, enter service mode and disable the attract mode. Okay. Yeah, I have never serviced arcade machines or anything of the sort. Though that does sound like kind of a cool thing to do, so. Life goals, be the Oprah of gaming, Oprah of gaming PCs. Truly. I just want to give away PCs like crazy. I think I feel like gaming is such a good, like, communal pastime. I feel like everyone should be able to access it. But, unfortunately, it is becoming a more expensive hobby, which is just unfortunate. I'll drop some info via Twitter. I appreciate that. I don't have access to the company Twitter account, so I might need to ask to check that, but actually, you know what? I can just use my personal account and look at your tweet. I can find it if you just, oh wait, no, you're probably done. Send a DM. If anything. I don't know why I thought you'd probably that at PCs. I don't know. I don't use Twitter very much. Crazy story. Thanks anyways. Yeah, sorry. Windows is not... I remember, like, trying to set up this weekend, trying to set up SSH to function on my desktop, and I could not get it working at all. And Windows just has no documentation on that sort of thing. And ooh, 5080, nice. Indeed, it is a very nice card. I like the 5080. Particularly, like base 5080s, such as this one, are insanely overclockable. You can get a pretty big chunk of performance. Probably one of my favorite things about a 5080, but I never really did get a 5080. I got my 9070 XT instead. Let's see. Do I need? I do not. So I'm gonna throw this in the goodie bag. And I can finally start setting up the case in a sec here. I just want to remove the seals off of this. So how's everyone's Christmas? Oh, what's the difference between the i series and then Core Ultra series? There is almost none. I mean, there's architectural upgrades and whatnot, but it is the equivalent of they're just going up a generation and decided to rebrand for some reason. I don't know why. I think they're trying to signify the difference in their chiplet design versus monolithic, because they always did monolithic, but then like Core Ultra, like Meteor Lake, which was only in laptops, and then Arrow Lake, which is like Core Ultra and desktops has a chiplet design instead of monolithic, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll change it to Core Ultra for that. Unfortunately, not like most people don't know what monolithic or chiplet design is, so it just made it more confusing. But I don't know why they changed the name on it. But yeah, it's literally just like newer generation, change the name. Mine was good, thanks for asking. How was yours? Mine was good. Ended up I ended up going to a friend's house on Christmas Eve and ate a ton of clam chowder. And I forgot that anytime I eat like seafood stuff like that, I always get sick. So the next morning I woke up on Christmas just like with this wonderful stomach ache. But luckily, it went away pretty fast, so. But that's like the most notable thing that happened. Actually, no, there's one other thing that happened that I forgot about. I ended up needing more mouthwash, and for some reason, like, my Amazon was being super weird. Couldn't figure out why. Like, everything was, like, currently unavailable. Like, literally everything. And I could not figure out why. Waited, like, a couple days, still was like that. So I was like, yeah, my app was busted. But I ordered mouthwash, and it's gonna take like a couple weeks to get here. They said next Sunday. Turns out I had my region set to Canada for some reason. It decided to change it to Canada. I don't know why. I like had not changed anything in my app. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure I'm getting mouthwash imported from Canada straight to the middle of the USA. Let's see. I forget, do you know if my Tenrai case was black or white? I believe it was a black Tenrai. And then I got the Onami here. I'm just putting the glass panel screws in for now. Makes QC's life easier because a lot of the time we just have the glass off, whatnot. It's just easier in case there's any issues that need to be addressed. It makes it easier to see. So all black with a white GPU. Yes, I know it sounds strange. We do it a lot with that Steel Legend card, but it does look good. I don't know why. It shouldn't look good, but it does. So, yeah. It is just weird, though. Nice contrast. Indeed. If anything else. I haven't built in the Onami in a very long time. I often avoid this case because I just don't like building in it, personally. It looks nice. It's a very nice case. But to build in, for me personally, I just do not enjoy building in it. Do I got an I/O plate? Indeed I do. What would you say is the smallest case? Ironically enough, the easiest case to build in is our smallest, and that is the Zen. For, like, if you're ordering from Zydax, like, ready-to-rolls, or just nothing special ordered, like the Zen. I love the Zen. Absolutely my favorite case, and it's pretty small, too. But if you want, like, absolutely, like, tiny PCs, like this big, like a little purse type thing, I think you can special order that kind of thing. If you talk to our sales associates, you can order an ITX PC or case. There's a lot of ITX cases that are pretty good out there. I like the Silverstone ones. The Silverstone ones are super high quality. Really nice build quality and everything, but they are very expensive. I know Cooler Master also makes pretty decent ITX cases in terms of price. But would you say that building it makes you feel zen? Yes, legitimately. I never kind of realized that. It is such like a regular like rhythmic build process in the Zen to where it's like meditative. I absolutely love that case. Alright, and then almost done with the board here. There we go. Lian Li. Oh yeah, Lian Li and Fractal both look so good to me. Yeah, no, I love the, I can't remember what it's called. There's this one, it's not ITX, so not the smallest you can go. But there's this one micro ATX case from Lian Li. I cannot remember what it was called. It has like a wooden front on it. And I ended up buying that one for a family friend to build their PC in, and I very much enjoyed that case. And it was pretty small, looked super nice, so you can I think you can special order stuff like that. Like if you send an Amazon link to one of our sales associates, and then get the case you want. But in terms of smallest we offer, Zen. I love the Zen. The Lian Li Fractal North. No, that's or no, wait, it's just the Fractal North. Sorry. Yeah, the Fractal North is that's the wooden one, I think. That one's pretty big. It's a very nice case, though. I've heard a lot of good things. I've never personally worked with it, but oh, I just realized I'm doing this in the wrong order. And I make my life a lot harder if I do that. But yeah, no, the Fractal North is pretty good. I've never worked with it though. I've just heard really good things. Fractal North is gorgeous. You should check out like one of my personal favorite cases I've ever worked in, and like thermally well designed, and it looks similar to the Fractal North, is the Antec Flux. I can't remember. I know they have a few things in the Flux line, but it's like the only thing that'll show up if you look up Antec Flux. Like the first result, it is it has like wooden accent. Like it's real walnut. It's funny, when I bought that case, in the accessories bag, they ended up like offering like a sample of the walnut, and it was like a walnut, what is it called? Jenga block. And it's like, we use real walnut, and it's like, it was cool, and it's a very nice case, but that one aspect was like a little goofy to me, but it was cool. It's a nice sentiment, but wow, give the audio guy a raise. The levels are 10 out of 10 today. Yeah, that is the work of Miguel. He's not here right now, but I'll make sure to spread the kind words to him. OMG, you're so right, beautiful. Yeah, no, I love the Antec Flux. Where are the people that would love to gift a PC? That's me. I would love to. I just don't really have the infinite money or infinite time aspect yet. But if I strike it infinitely big, like if I win the lotto like 10 times in a row, then yeah, I'll start giving away a lot more free PCs. I love that case. I have the Thermaltake V71. I've not seen that one. A huge full-size case, no temperature issues, with tons of airflow. Yeah, nah. Big cases are great for that. Very thermally performant, very quiet. There was the guy last week that joked to you about the water. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I still have the 3-week-old water though. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I made him drink the week-old water. Yeah, now it's 3 weeks old. It's great stuff. I already took a sip of it today. Let's see. Hydrate yourself. You see that? That's that last little bit in there is all the backwash. Was that you, Hot? No, that was Hebe Steezy. Let's see. I'm all turned around. I've not built in a... I've not built in a... Onami in a very long time. You? Oh my god, no. Hey, perfect reaction. Yeah, no, it tastes fine. If it was chewy or tasted sour, I think I would have spat it out, but it seemed fine. Chewy water lamau. Yeah, if you leave it stagnant for long enough, eventually you will get chewy chunks in there. What was that one Mint Mobile ad? There was an old Mint Mobile ad that talked about chunky style milk. I think it was Mint Mobile, but it was like, oh come on. There we go. Yeah, they just talked about chunky style milk paired with some awesome visuals of people drinking chunky style milk. It was a very memorable ad. At least it wasn't 3-week-old milk. Yeah, no, that would be gross. I've been waiting 2 weeks for a $2,600 refund you guys owe me. That, okay, so banking, okay. I can't really speak on this. I'm not much of a customer support guy, unfortunately. I wish you the best with that though, but yeah, no, bank transactions of that size can take a while. But if it still is not resolved here soon, please don't harass us about it, like customer support, and we'll do the best to get it fixed as we can. But banking stuff is very silly. But yeah, that will get you what we'll get you what you're owed. Sorry about that though. That is unfortunate. And I just gotta pass those through here. Gotta call support right now. I don't know how long they're still here, because I know some people leave work super early, like compared to builders, because like I'm here till like 5 or 6 most days. But hold up, you're streaming and you don't know all the ins and outs of the entire company. I know, right? I've been trying to learn, legitimately, anytime I can. I just love seeing how stuff works, and being in a company and whatnot, it's very interesting. But I'm just trying to be as educated as possible. What specs? We got a 14900 KF in here, an RTX 5080, 32 gigs of DDR5, I believe a 2 terabyte SSD. We got a Z790. Oh wait, no, this is a B760 Pro, I think. Let's see if I got it right. B760 VC Wi-Fi HS bulk. I was practically right. So got a B760 here. Yeah, this be on Newegg, I think. Yeah, let's go into Newegg. Sorry, my phone froze. What specs? We got a RTX 5080 in here, a 14900 KF. We got a B760 VC HS from MSI. Got a 360 millimeter water cooler, 32 gigs of DDR5, and a 2 terabyte SSD. Well, whoever is running the Zydads account said Josh isn't in, and that's the only name I know. Calling would probably be useless, lol. Nah, we'll figure it out. If you talk about giveaway, because I know we have a select few people that handle giveaway stuff, so... what brand of SSD, lol? It's an MSI Spatium. It's one of the MSI Spatium ones. They're pretty good. We buy a lot of them. I ended up buying a few from work. And they are very good drives. I like them a lot. But yeah. We got quite a few Joshes in the warehouse now that I think about it. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no. It's got a screw in the water cooler here. The 360mm radiator. Oh. So one thing, these screws for screwing in the radiator are always a little tricky. How many watt PSU? It is 850 watts. It is one of our semi-modular ones. Yeah, what brand are the screws? We get them from Bitski. Which, Bitski, I don't know if they sell screws individually, but I know it's where we get our screws. There's one thing, okay, one big gripe I have with the screws we use. Like, one massive gripe. Here. So, yeah, we got the screws here. Alright? And it comes with these radiator screws for screwing into a water cooler. But then the case screws. They're all in one bag. And they're all individually wrapped. So, like, you just spend a lot of the day just unwrapping screws and throwing away the radiator screws. Because the water coolers already come with radiator screws. So it's just like, why? That's the one thing. One of my few gripes that I have. Oh, come on. It's not really a gripe of quality, it's more of a gripe of it takes me a lot of time. So, it does not affect you guys, which is good. Your website has support listed as 9 to 5 on Monday through Friday. Oh, that's actually good to know. I will be taking that information into the future. Let's see. Yeah, 9 to 5. I've almost never interacted with the customer support people because they are just in their own separate side room. So I never really have a good opportunity to talk to them. You have the same social media guy. Your info for adjusting your arcade games. Since it wouldn't let me DM, it's just at your account. Yeah, I don't know. Like, we have a couple social media guys, and I don't know how long they've been around per se, but I haven't seen them change, so I've been here for a little over, I would have been here for 6 months and 17 days now. I got hired on 6/9, which is still hilarious. I demand you head there right after stream. Yeah, no, as much as I'd love to, going in and just being like, hey guys, as they're on the phone with customers, doesn't sound like the best, most courteous thing I can do, but you know what, if I get the opportunity one day. Giggity, better than 6 to 7. I don't know if I've ever worked those hours now that I think about it. I've worked long shifts. Not here, but at Subway. I worked one shift that was like a little over 13 hours. I can't remember. Probably repressing that memory, but I don't know if I've ever worked 6 to 7. Just do it. They deserve being rude to. Especially Josue. Josue is our media guy. He doesn't really do customer support, but I'll make sure to take your words of wisdom and be mean to him. No, I was just kidding. Wait. Okay. I just have to manage cables. Probably one of the most fun parts. I'm kind of standing weird in the stream. Let's see. Yeah, Josue is awesome. Miguel is awesome. All of our marketing guys are very cool. Everyone I've met and worked with here has been pretty cool so far, so I like that a lot. That everyone is just chill. Can't get this one cable through. He smells. Not as far as I know. Managed cable, are you at Xfinity Zydats now? Is that a thing that Xfinity advertises their cable stuff? Or managed cable. Oh, wait, I was thinking too. Okay, never mind. That's a really obvious joke that went over my head. That's embarrassing. It's funny, there's, I think it's, what company is it? It's not A-Data, it's, one RAM company, and they released, I think it's called Manta? No, it's V-Color. It's V-Color. Yeah, V-Color, released a kit of RAM, alright, that had an OLED screen on it, alright, and that SKU and line is called the Xfinity line. Has nothing to do with Xfinity or anything like that, but they decided to call the SKU Xfinity, the RAM. It's very strange, and also one of them has a screen on it, a screen on your RAM. You know, the piece that's right here has a screen on the side. You can barely see. It's very silly, but they make good kits of RAM. I know that a while back on the Z890 Tachyon with a 285K and whatnot, they did a world record RAM overclock using that Xfinity RAM. So, like a bitch. I don't know if Josue smells like a bitch. I don't know the smell too well, because I don't hang around bitches. Why does RAM need a screen? Hell, AIOs don't need them all. I love AIOs with a screen. That is my personal opinion. I find them very fun. Also, your AIO has a screen. So, but, yeah, no. I love, like, my AIO at home. I had the Evangelion water cooler, but I ended up swapping it out because I want it to, like, I probably want to resell it one day because it's a huge collector's item and it's expensive, and AIOs do have a lifespan, and it's kind of hard to guess, and I don't want it to die, so I ended up swapping out my Evangelion AIO that had a screen on it. But no, I like them too, but they don't need them, lol. Yeah, that is the truth there. No one needs RGB, but, you know, everyone does need RGB. Well, there that goes. That's fine. Gonna get the Miku one next. Dude, that Miku stuff is so expensive. So unbelievably expensive. I heard mumblings about apparently we did get a ton of Miku stuff shipped in. No, I saw one of the motherboards in the back. We have one of the Miku boards in the back of the warehouse that I saw. And apparently, I don't know if I'm really supposed to be saying this, but I don't think anyone really cares. But I know that Zydax is planning on selling Miku PCs in the future. I think we have some of the parts for them. But I know we did that for the Evangelion line, which it was how I got mine. But, yeah, no, I really hope they let me build a Miku PC on stream. That would be very fun. And yeah, that would just be a really good time to be able to build one of those on stream. If you have an AIO screen, where are you gonna hook up the liquid nitrogen to? That is a beautiful question. The whole Miku PC looks good. Yeah, no, I agree. I was trying to think of if there's anything I didn't like. No, the Miku PC just looks great. Miku PC build on stream, record numbers. Truly, legitimately. Like, people go crazy for Miku. And I don't personally get it, per se. I don't know if there's anything to get. But I will say the Miku PC is kind of exciting and it is very pretty. Let's see. Got past a couple cables. Old man, what's a Miku? Okay, so from how I understand it, Miku is a Vocaloid, which is a, like a software for replicating the human voice and making it sing. So Miku is like this fictional pop singer that makes real music. And she just got absurdly popular, and I'm not entirely sure why. But I mean, the PC is cool. That tower is thick AF. Is there any actual need for it to be that wide? There is, kind of. So, yeah, it just has a lot of fans, and you need a lot of place for cabling when you have that much fan and stuff. And if you want to add big graphics card and big airflow, then big case is good. But I will admit the Onami is kind of massive. But that's also an upside. My case at home is absurdly huge. It is nuts. So, hologram singer, but I think the real singer is a real singer behind the scenes. Like, her voice is real. Is a real person's voice. So Miku is like a newer Sharon Apple. I don't know who that is. Okay. Yeah, mine is not as wide, but I don't have a NASA PC. I only have a few fans. Yeah, no. I would love to see the PCs that NASA actually uses. I don't think they'd actually use anything too insane. Because I don't know what they would really need. Other than for, like, basic math and scheduling, but... shockingly, I don't work at NASA. And I don't know what kind of simulations they do. Or anything like that. So... But I would love to see what a NASA PC is actually like one day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Miku GPU is a 5080. Yes, it is. And, that is my biggest gripe. That is the one thing I dislike, is like, the Miku card is beautiful, it's great, and it is a massive cooler, and it's a very nice card. But then it's like, if you're paying for Miku, wouldn't you also want to pay for a 5090? So like, why not make the Miku GPU a 5090? I will still, okay, personally, I, like, I can't comprehend me personally, like, ever needing a 5090, other than if you're running native 4K. The 5090 is an absolute monster, and I personally don't know how I, in my day-to-day life, could saturate such a card. So maybe that's why they made it a 5080, because the 5090 is kind of bonkers. So maybe that's why. Because most people don't need a 5090, but a lot of people would like Miku, but... yeah, I don't know. We just refer to people with $5,000 to $6,000 PCs as NASA PCs. People with, like, 5090s and all the good stuff. Yeah, no, they're... I think, I don't know if I can really go into detail or like what like I'm not supposed to disclose about like random customers' PC builds, but I will say the most expensive PC I've seen come through here was it was somewhere in the range of like 27 grand, and that was nuts. If you're wondering how you make a PC worth 27 grand, look up Threadripper 9995WX and look at the price on that CPU, and then like the insane motherboard and the insane RAM. Multiple GPUs. It was an insane build. And that's the most expensive PC I've ever seen come through here. Gotta go a bit early today. Have a good weekend. See y'all next week. Yeah, see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. WTF. Yeah. It is a very expensive CPU. And very expensive RAM. They... Threadripper and work GPUs. Yeah, no. What's the RTX 6000 Blackwell Pro? That thing... MSRP's at like $8,500, which is faster than a 5090 in gaming technically, but by very little. The reason you pay for a card like that is for the VRAM it has on it. It has 96 gigs of VRAM, 3 times a 5090. There's a PC on eBay for $42K with a Threadripper. I don't know if I trust that. No, I trust what you're saying, but I don't trust that it's actually worth that much. I saw something about one of those extreme high-end GPUs having 72 gigabytes of VRAM on it. 72 gigabytes should be impossible in terms of, like, the way VRAM and buses work. I don't think that's possible, but I know right now the RTX Blackwell Pro 6000 has 96. The RTX Ada, which was the previous gen, so 40 series, the highest end, the RTX the RTX Pro 6000 had 48 gigs of VRAM. And then I don't know if there's any Pro. There was a Pro for Ampere, I think. Which that was 30 series, but I don't know how much that went up to. I'd probably assume 48 gigs of VRAM as well. I saw something, oh yeah, about 72. But, yeah. Those Intel, I can't remember what they're called. I don't know if they're selling them still. Because I know NVIDIA acquired Intel or something, or... I don't keep up with the business world type stuff. I only keep up with the hardware specifications and stuff like that. And it's been a while since I've looked into this particular subject, but I know one of the most intriguing workstation cards I've ever wanted to work with is the Intel Arc B50. Either that or it's called the B80. But yeah, that card is like the cheapest way to get to 16 gigs of VRAM in a workstation card. It's nuts. Not good for gaming though. Do I have to update the BIOS after building a PC before or after the operating system install? I would recommend you update the BIOS. At Zydex, we always update the BIOS after every build. And we always keep it up to date until it's shipped out the door. And you don't have to, unless you have like, let's say you had an old board, like when Ryzen 7000 launched a couple of years ago. Let's say you had a B650 motherboard and you want to upgrade to like a 9800X 3D or another 9000 series CPU, then you will need to update the BIOS before you install the CPU. Yeah, I mean, you can install the CPU, then update the BIOS, but it won't display. But you'll have to use a feature like BIOS flashback. It'll be a button on the back of your board, most likely. But if it immediately functions out of the gate, you don't necessarily need to update the BIOS. The NVIDIA RTX Pro 5000 has 72? It's because they upgraded to 24 gigabit density dies for GDDR7. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. I have a Lenovo Legion pre-built PC, but I upgraded a few things myself. I just figured out last night that my RAM isn't running as fast as it should, and I can't enable SMP in BIOS for some reason on this motherboard. Oh, okay, Lenovo, Dell, and HP, they can make their own motherboards, which they do a lot. Most of the time they do, almost all the time. At Zydas, we don't make our own boards. This board is from MSI, but on Lenovo and stuff, like, they'll throw in, like, cheap RAM or whatever, and then they just disable XMP as a whole, and in the BIOS, and you can't turn it on. It's really annoying. I apologize about that. I don't think... Wait, was Samsung RAM? Huh. I bought 2 Corsair sets. Oh! Yeah, that's cool. You actually know what RAM manufacturer you have from Samsung. Most people just say Corsair or whatever. That's cool though. Good on you for knowing your die type. But yeah, no. Unfortunately, not much you can really do about that. Good news though, at the very least, is you won't lose very much performance. Like, it's pretty marginal. It's there are certain workloads, like professional workloads, in some gaming scenarios where better RAM speed is better and can improve, but honestly, it is probably not worth the amount of effort it would take. When I get my PC, will I need to do anything or just plug it in and go? There is some stuff you will need to do. You will need to take off the front panel, and we have foam that we put in here. It comes in a bag. It's just one big bag. You pull it out, easy. The GPU is always unplugged, so the cable will be sitting down here. You just plug it in, and you go. That's all you'll need to do. It's not that bad, but we do all that because we want to make shipping as safe as possible. And, like, it's kind of annoying, I'll admit, that we have to remove these 12-volt high-power cables during shipping. But there are instances where it doesn't get removed for whatever reason. Not at Zydax. But, like, if one of those cables are slightly loose, Gamers Nexus has a whole video about it, where if one of these cables is loose, alright, you have to make sure you plug it in real good. But it's pretty easy. But if it's loose, like from shipping, then it's a legitimate fire hazard. So that's why we have the user do it, because it is a lot safer than shipping, and it's pretty hard to install a cable halfways intentionally and then just think it's fine. So yeah, that's all you'll have to do. Take out the foam bag. There's a very handy instruction manual. Like, there will be a very clear instruction manual that'll help you through the whole thing. It's very easy, very simple. Only take you a couple minutes at most. Okay, a question. How big of a deal is CAS latency? That is a very complicated subject. Buildzoid, if you want to get really advanced, look up Buildzoid in his video, why CAS latency doesn't matter. But the top comment literally says, or the YouTube channel is called Actually Hardcore Overclocking, but the guy's name is Buildzoid. But the top comment is, so what you're saying is that CAS latency does matter. And it does matter, but it is like, it's a big deal, I guess. But like at home, I'm running CL28, but I have a pretty heavy overclock going on my RAM. But if you're buying RAM, I always recommend 6000 CL30. That is what's optimal. Like in terms of just price to performance, well, with RAM prices nowadays, but And yeah, 6,000 megahertz CL30 is great stuff. Thank you, good info to know. Let's see. Also, I love how careful you guys are with shipping. Or, wait, what? Oh, yeah. We take every precaution possible. Our QC, our shipping. We just want to ship it out the door. And, like, user experience is a big thing. You don't want to have a package that you paid a couple grand for show up on your door, and then it's a burden. That is annoying, and it's bad. So, we take every precaution. And when you buy a Zydats PC, you don't buy a burden. You buy a PC, which there are some manufacturers that don't really understand that. But I cannot personally name names or anything, because I don't, shockingly, I don't buy pre-builts very much. I mostly build my own stuff. Though I did buy pre-built from here once, and it was a very good experience, but yeah, I am not a reviewer, unfortunately. 6,000 megahertz. I've never owned any RAM faster than 2333. Yeah, 2333 is the base speed for DDR4. If you never overclock on DDR5, which that's what 6,000 CL30 would be, is DDR5, then in that case, that would be base speed with no overclock or SMP. It'll run at 4800 megahertz CL40. So, yeah, but it's generally a good idea to turn on SMP if you can. It's safe. I mean, I feel like overclocking, a lot of people are scared of it because they hear about it and they're afraid that it damages stuff. It does not. Overclocking can hurt your stability if you do it improperly, but SMP is just sort of click and go. But overclocking, completely safe. Overvolting and adding voltage or changing power settings, that's what's dangerous and can harm stuff. And for higher clock speeds and for better overclock, people increase their voltage, and that can damage the CPU. And but SMP is safe. SMP does increase the voltage on the RAM sticks, but that is only because those RAM stick dies, like from SK Hynix and whatnot, can eat voltage very well, and they are meant to run at those voltages, those higher voltages that they are rated for. So SMP is a pretty safe bet. There's like no risk of damage. Let's see. SMP or XMP? It's XMP for extreme memory profile. On AMD they call it Expo though, or sometimes DOCP. I couldn't tell you why, but it's the same thing. Oh wait, I got all the fans installed. Yay! My desk is an absolute mess right now. My build station here. Let's see. So, with not being able to turn on XMP, what would I have to do? Get a new motherboard, or is that the only thing I need to get? Yeah, probably. Honestly, not worth the money. I would not say it's worth the money to buy a new motherboard and sell that one. And also Lenovo and whatnot. If that's a proprietary board, which it is, then it might use proprietary power connectors. Like standard PCs, like the ones we sell at Zydats, have a 24-pin connector, the 8-pin, and sometimes one more 8-pin or a 4-pin for the CPU power up here. Those are standard. Any power supply you buy, it'll go right in. But like if you ever need to upgrade your Zydats PC on your own, anything like that, but proprietary stuff, I wouldn't recommend upgrading your board. There's potential incompatibilities with the case, the power supply. You might lose, if you have BitLocker enabled, you might lose your Windows install. But, I mean, that's not that big of a difficulty to fix and get set up, but... how do you know you can overclock? How do you even overclock? Is it worth it? It depends. That is the fun of overclocking. it just depends on so many things. Overclocking has so much just random RNG. I would say very specifically, this RTX 5080, the 5080 is a very fun overclocker. Like install MSI Afterburner, and then like watch a simple tutorial on how to overclock. The 5080 is great. I would say it's totally worth it to overclock an RTX 5080. CPU wise, for gaming, I don't think it's super worth it. I mean, it can be, but like just turning on Intel Turbo Boost is good. Like, if you want to know if you can overclock, check your CPU. It will need to be a K CPU. Just have K in its name anywhere. Whether that be K, KF, KS, it can overclock. And then you'll also need a motherboard. It's a little trickier to check what motherboard you got, but you can use applications like HW Info, Hardware Info. And if it's on Intel, you'll need a Z series board. This one is not a Z series board. You cannot overclock the CPU on this. Honestly, you don't really need to. This is already a 6 GHz chip. You're not going to get much more gaming performance out of it, which this is what this is for. But this board has a ton of power delivery. And the reason we put like a K CPU with a non-overclocking board, K CPUs just perform a little bit better. And if we can get them for the same price or cheaper or whatever it may be, we'll throw them in. It's better for performance, technically. And yeah, AMD can pretty much always overclock as long as your motherboard supports it, which is kind of hard to check. V840 does not support it, which is the new one, and along with A620 doesn't support it sometimes. But AMD generally can overclock all the time unless you have a 5800X 3D, 7800X 3D, 5700X 3D, 5600X 3D, 5500X 3D, any of the CPUs that are X 3D that are not 9000. The 9000, 9800X 3D, and 9950X 3D, and 9900X 3D, those are all overclockable. So all pre-built, shipped with the GPU already plugged in and held together with a bid foam bag, right? How safe is that during shipping, and why not package the GPU separately? The big foam bag is very safe. Adding the GPU separately, that increases the package size, that makes the parcel more expensive to ship, and it's also just a pain for the customer. It's like way more effort for the customer than just plugging it in. Like it adds more steps, you know, and yeah, no, it just makes the customer's life easier. And it's like the foam bags are extremely safe. Some manufacturers don't ship with a foam bag, and it's a little concerning, but we do. Thanks for that, bro. No problem. Can I install both memory and storage cards before installing operating system? So, memory is like RAM. I'd assume you just mean storage stuff. Yeah. You just have to select the drive you want to install your drives, and then make sure to install the drive or the Windows install on the drive you want your Windows install to be on. I'd recommend putting it on your M.2 or whatever your fastest SSD is, because then your Windows will boot up faster. I saw that an 8TB SSD was across the $1,000 mark. Yeah, SSDs like NVMEs, they become insanely expensive. They scale up. I know 1 TB is the sweet spot, 1 to 2 TB for price to storage capacity. Like 4 2TB drives is like $600-ish. I haven't checked in a while. But then like 8TB drives are just insanely expensive. It's a lot more difficult to manufacture such a thing. I fear it too. Yeah, nah, it's fair to fear overclocking, because just like you see so many memes about, oh, it's dangerous. It's pretty safe if you know what you're doing. Like GPU overclocking, like MSI Afterburner, so safe. You might crash your operating system and crash your PC, but you just restart and try again. And yeah, it's super safe. Like the way AMD and NVIDIA have their GPUs locked down, it is very safe to use like MSI Afterburner if you don't know what you're doing. And it's a good way to learn. There's a lot of tutorials online about it. But yeah, GPU overclocking, pretty dang safe. CPU overclocking, be a little more careful. just don't touch voltage unless you really know what you're doing. Because people probably don't want to install anything themselves. Yeah, which, is totally fair. You're buying a pre-built PC. It should be, pre-built, so... yeah, it also defeats the purpose. It's a pre-built TPH. Yeah, he gets it. Depending, some SSDs are over 300 each. Yeah, for, like, M.2, like, if you want, what's it called? Like, a 2 terabyte, Samsung 9100 Pro. Absolutely blazing fast and very reliable SSD. PCIe Gen 5. It's a very fast and very sturdy drive, but also very expensive. And it costs quite a bit more than your typical 2 terabyte drive. That's also one thing with PCIe Gen 5 drives, which I know we sell them in the shopping cart in special order. But like PCIe Gen 5 SSDs are just obscenely difficult to cool. Or not, well, they're not difficult to cool, but you just have to make sure to have a heatsink on them. Like this one here. Yeah, this M.2, this 4 terabyte MSI Spatium doesn't have a heatsink, and it's fine. It's a Gen 4 drive. They don't get very hot. It's perfectly safe. Gen 5, though, make sure if your motherboard doesn't have a cooler on it, to buy one from, like, Thermalright. I know Thermalright sells M.2 coolers. I've been hearing all the scary stories on OC from 1998. I wish I could go back in time and do like old CPU overclocking, because it sounds very fun. Like new CPUs nowadays don't overclock. Like they overclock themselves a lot of the time. Like Intel Turbo Boost, AMD PBO. Like they just kind of manage themselves. But like old CPUs sound so fun. But I never really got to do that. I'm sure that Western Digital SN 8100 2 terabytes is very expensive. Yeah, if that's a Gen 5 drive, yes, it will be expensive. But Western Digital, like WD Black, which I know we sell a lot of, those are good drives. I like those drives. We also sell, I think WD Blue sometimes. But those ones are also great. They're just more price value oriented. I don't want to say they're like cheap, because they're not. They're very good drives, but they're much more value heavy. Thank you for all the info, by the way. Yeah, no problem. I love answering tech questions. Old CPUs in LN2 equals woohoo. Too true. I remember the old Intel Pentium. There's a video that the Intel Pentium 5 gigahertz project. They're pouring LN2 on the CPU, and like to get 5 gigahertz, and like that's insane to me, because that was like decades ago, and they got it to 5 gigahertz. Like this CPU in here is 6 gigahertz. It does a lot more per gigahertz. Like as CPU architectures age, they get faster. Like this is Raptor Lake. Like those 6 gigahertz would be a lot faster than a Pentium by 6 gigahertz by a lot. But it's still insane to see like an old CPU like that go to 5 gigahertz way before its time. It's the one in my PC. You sell it well. It is a Gen 5. Yeah, those things are blazing fast. But did you see the guy who's cooling an old GPU with a car engine? I did not see that. like the compression loop for the air conditioning off the engine. That's an insane project. I like that a lot. I've always wanted to do like an AC PC where like I hook up a cooler or the CPU to a, what's it called, a air conditioning loop, But the issue with that, though, is once you start to cool stuff down, like instead of moving heat away from the CPU, which is what all standard heat sinks do, like this one, they move heat away from the CPU. Like stuff like that, where it starts to chill the CPU, that's scary because it forms condensation. And underneath the CPU, there are air gaps for the pins. So condensation can form under the CPU. And then you can bridge 12 volt and ground and then blow a hole through your CPU. And condensation is generally bad for computers. Crazy story. So you have to take some pretty extreme precautions when you're doing stuff like that. I think I saw somewhere that the WDSN is 1200 plus megabyte read-write speeds. Yeah. So if I'm not or 12,000. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the ones we sell, please double check the specs. Don't buy it based off what I'm saying. This is more of a, I'm pretty sure it is 14,000 megabytes read and then 12,000 megabytes write. Double check the specs though, but I know the read speed is in the range of 14,000. Ever done the mineral oil cooling? No, that is messy, very difficult, and as much as I'd love to do it, because I love random hobby projects like that, I don't really have an excuse or like any real good reason to do it, because it is so messy and difficult. But I will admit, for all of its faults, it is very cool. I think it's very neat. Oh my bad, it was a 1080 Ti using a Dodge Journey radiator with transmission fluid. Oh, and it was immersion cooling, so the GPU was dipped in the transmission fluid. Oh, that poor 1080 Ti. I had a 1080 Ti for a very long time. I love the 1080 Ti. It was an EVGA SC2 hybrid 1080 Ti. I miss that card. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. I kind of feel bad I miss it, but I needed money at the time, so. But yeah, I really want to try. I want to look into that video now. It's really fun. Apparently it saw 7 to 16% improvement. Yeah, the 1080 Ti, like Pascal, like that, I'm pretty sure was the first architecture. Either that or it was the 980 Ti Maxwell that started NVIDIA GPU Boost. So like, and it's still a thing on cards to this day. The cooler a GPU runs, for every like 2 to 3 degrees Celsius cooler that it's running, it'll get a couple megahertz here and there. So like making a GPU really cold like that, like the 1080 Ti, yeah, it will see a pretty decent improvement. People really seem to miss EVGA. Yeah, dude, I miss EVGA so much. They were... Yeah, the reason they left, alright, is because they just got sick of NVIDIA, and it went against EVGA's personal principles. So EVGA just sort of was like, hey, our entire market is GPUs. We're gonna quit out of principle. And then they did. And they were a super great company. They had insane customer support. They had really well-built cards. They were innovative. They had some weird ideas here and there, though, but they were very innovative and genuinely just, like, a good company. Like, and they were cool, man. And then, now they're gone. I've seen that people say, that 1080 will run, or the 1080 Ti will run 1080 with no issues, even on newer games. Yeah, dude, the 1080 Ti is nuts. Only thing, though, that is unfortunate is NVIDIA's cutting more driver support here and there. And the 1080 Ti was a GTX card right before RTX was a thing. And now ray tracing for, like, I know Indiana Jones and the Great Temple, I think it was what it was called. That requires ray tracing, along with the new Doom game. So you can't use the 1080 Ti for games like that, which is absurdly sad. Oh, the weird new limited edition Red 5090 by Asus. The RTX 5090 Matrix. Absolutely insane card. You need to use a specialized motherboard with it. So something like the Z890 BTF, or sorry, Z890 Hero BTF edition, or the X870E Hero BTF edition. And yeah, that card draws 800 watts. A standard 5090 draws 575 watts. So to jump that power increase, it does net you some pretty decent performance. But that card is very expensive. I recently upgraded my graphics card because I thought my old one was busted. Turns out either power of the motherboard, but I did go from an RX 570 to an RX 580. It was $20 cheaper than the RX 570. Dude, I love the RX 580. Very fun card. It was a wonderful budget item back in its day. And it's still to this day a very great card for the money. I love the RX 580. It is great for so many games to this day. If I'm not mistaken, that was Polaris. I can't remember architectures right now, but I had one RX 580. It's dead now. It's torn apart on my table at home. It died in the GPU core, the silicon, so I can't really fix it. I fixed video cards before, soldering wise, but that one's a no-go. So I'm thinking of just like desoldering the GPU part of the graphics card. And I don't know, but I have one dead RX 580. It's kind of sad. I got myself a late Christmas gift last night. Got Fallout 76 for $3.99. That Detroit Become Human for $5.99. Hogwarts Legacy for $6.99. Dude, the Steam Winter Sale is nuts. Like, yeah, absolutely insane deals. I will say, in a world of scary software companies that are kind of becoming worse and worse, Valve has been doing a bang-up job. Valve and Steam have been great. $17 for 3 amazing games. Yeah, no, that's great. $17 for many hours of entertainment. A wonderful value. I don't know if it's on the Steam Winter Sale right now. I ended up buying Bayonetta off of Steam for like $3 a while back. And I still need to play through it. I remember playing Bayonetta as a kid, which maybe not the best game for me to have played when I was... Probably would have been around 10. I don't remember very well. But it's a great game. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm trying to remember when Bayonetta released. Maybe I wasn't even that young, but... I still need to replay through it. One of these days. I wanted to play Fallout 76 on Xbox. Wanted to try PCs. Could not pass it up for that price. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm really tempted to go home and purchase some of those. Oh, redeemed Hydrate Yourself. Funny story, I drank all the water. If anyone at Zydettes is watching, if you could fetch me water, please. Because I don't have water right here, or I might be able to stand up and look. A sec. Those channel points are very valuable. I don't want you wasting on me not even drinking the water. Maybe... Oh, hold on. Good news, everyone. There's a random half-filled water bottle. It was sitting across the room. Not sure whose it was, but... mine now. Thank you for the channel points. Appreciate your viewership. Alright. Well, I guess no water means I get a free PC. I would love for that to be the reality. Yep, on sale, $5.99, $11.38 if you bundle it with Vanquish. I am unfamiliar with Vanquish. And then, okay, the PC should be done. Let's see. Yep, I have to kind of keep the GPU cable loose, but everything's all bundled up good. That's the one thing with the Onami, is the backside cable management is a little strange, but you don't end up seeing that unless you take the side panel off, so it looks very pretty from the front, and that's all that matters. Steam sale, 90% off, so it costs 99 cents. Postal 2 for 99 cents. What are you waiting for? I remember high school, I had one friend that would always quote Postal. I can't even remember what he said. The one line he always... I can't remember the line he always quoted at school. Sign my petition! He always did the sign my petition line, which I ended up putting a cable wedged wrong. The side panel's not gonna go on right. Let's see here. But yeah, I've never played Postal. Maybe I will if it's 99 cents. Oh, come on. There we go, finally. I can remember how to build a PC. One screw and 2 screws. Sick. Alright, this is the build. All complete. I just have to clean up this absolute nightmare of a desk, though. Yeah. Again, RTX 5080, 14900 KF, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD. It is going to be available on Newegg. I'm not sure if we have it listed yet, but we're selling this on Newegg. And if you buy it, maybe it's this one that I built here today on stream, but who knows. The gene pool is stagnant, and I'm the Minister of Chlorine. That is a beautiful line. I'm gonna have to quote that later. But, yeah. There's also the giveaway going on, sidats.com/Intel Core Ultra. If you want to win a free PC, it'd be kind of cool. I think it's a free PC. Mine was built on stream. Yeah, no, that's still cool. Johnny built that, so he does good work. So, alright, that is the end of the stream. It was great seeing y'all today on stream. Again, NetSuite Friday, 3 p.m. Gotta go over and end the stream now, but, it was a great time. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night. Or time zone equivalent.